In this video, we're going to cover how you can run a final expense life quote on the Osborne Insurance Group quoting tool. So underneath your tools section, just go ahead and hit run quote underneath final expense life. It will then prompt you to your quote search where you can then select an applicant from your drop-down menu if they are in your client manager. If not, you can just start by typing in the zip code. It will populate the city and the state in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. From there, you can adjust the age, the gender, and the tobacco status. The system will default to a $10,000 face value amount, but if you wanted to change that, you certainly may. From there, you can select the product type, whether that is graded, level, return of premium. If you wanted to see all of the product types, you can select all from that menu as well. And then you can select what type of underwriting, whether it's full or a guaranteed issue. Full is going to also include any simplified underwriting as well. So any type of underwriting would be classified as full in this case, or you can do the guarantee issue. You could also use the monthly rate option. So if your client said they only had $50 a month that they could allocate to a final expense plan, you could type $50 a month into that and it will populate any plans that are $50 or less, and then the face value amount would then vary based upon that monthly rate. So once all of that is entered, you can just go ahead and hit get quote. It will then return all of the plans that are available to you. So you can see here each plan and the monthly rate. You will also see if there's any annual fees. We will label the plan type that is in there. Also, if they do have a parent company, they participate in AM Best rating, how many years they've been in the market, and then what type of underwriting. Since we did run a full, it is going to show that underwriting as full. But you can see here we have several different carriers that are available for you to see. Over on the left hand side, you can adjust the view. So I have my expand quote selected so I can see all that additional information. If you wanted to uncheck mark that, you certainly may, but we're going to go ahead and leave that expanded. You can apply the fees, so if you wanted to apply that annual fee to the monthly rate, just make sure your apply fees is then checked marked. You can also change it from a monthly rate to a different rate, so if you wanted to quote it for quarterly, semi-annual, or annual, you can then adjust that amount there. You can also add in any application health questions. So if your applicant does have to go through any type of underwriting and they are concerned whether or not they are going to pass underwriting, you can select those application health questions. So you would just select that condition, and then it is going to tell you what the look back period on the application is. So for example, the United of Omaha Living Promise Plan, the application is going to ask in the last 2 years, have you suffered from or been diagnosed with a heart attack? That can kind of help direct you in your underwriting as well. So you do have that option. It's not a requirement, but totally optional for you to do. You can quickly adjust this information here at the top too. So as I mentioned earlier, you do have that option to run a monthly rate. So if you wanted to type in $50 here, it will bypass that face value amount, and then I can run a quote for any plans that are $50 or less, and it will generate those results for me. And then you will notice here that it will give us those different face value amounts as well. So you can see here for $50, what is that face value amount that it would give me. Underneath your quote options, we do have just basic information on the plan details. You can also visit the carrier's website to sign in and to get more information. So we do have those quick links available. If you wanted to export this information, you can export the full results by just hitting this print button, or you can export it into a PDF. We also have the comparison feature, so if you wanted to compare multiple plans, you can select up to 5 plans to compare. All you have to do is click the company bar and it will turn green. It then populates them into your quote compare box over here on the left hand side. From there, you can just hit on compare quotes and you can see a breakdown of their annual rates, quarterly rates, and all of those rates with the annual fee applied, and then just the basic quote information. So from there, you can print this off or save it as a PDF to share with that individual. It's really easy to go ahead and use this final expense, whether you want to look for a certain product type and explore their options for underwriting as well. If you have any questions on how to use this quoting tool, please reach out to Osborne Insurance Group and they're happy to answer any questions that you may have.